Welcome once again to another Penguins commentary, everyone. This is Tim Hodge, executive producer, and I am doing this solo again.
I'm the captain. I should be served before
Our director, Todd Carter, had scheduling conflicts, meaning he lives in Chicago.
Secret recipe, chocolate squid.
Chocolate squid cupcakes.
Guess they're all gone now.
Not quite. There's enough for Major, Fidgel, and you.
One for Jason.
I love Kevin's hat in this, and he just loves to get into the
Sure? Really,
everything he's
sneaking
in. He
up
takes it so seriously.
I made them. I say who gets them. But Grandmom sent me to my room to think about my behavior.
Yeah, that little grandmom line was added late. I don't know if you've listened to the commentary on
You should share with your brother.
the other episodes, but
Admiral Strap on the horn. We have
there was
a
an
mission.
idea not to put grandmom in these episodes, that the kids would be trapped at the ship and trying to get home every week.
The hat.
But then we decided it would be good to keep her in there so the kids could come home and say their prayers at the end of every episode. That was great timing on that gag. I was glad the animators pulled that off. And the little iris wipe at the end. One of the very few times we do an iris wipe in these episodes. Now, if you're watching this in widescreen, you'll notice that the titles are not widescreen. They're 3x4 because they were animated long ago when, for the first 6 episodes, before there really was a widescreen DVD for TV shows anyway. And the little Kevin, that as a bit of trivia, that is the one time Kevin's voice was done by Mike Naraki. Yes, the voice of Larry doubled as Kevin that day. And here we are, back to our episode. Now, David Murray was one of our new writers. David's an old friend of mine from way, way back. He's actually a painter and illustrator, but he also has written a number of... I've read some of his feature scripts he's written, and really knew he had some talent. He hadn't sold a feature script yet, so I thought, well, I'll get him to do some television episodes for us. And he's really worked out well.
Yeah, it was no fair. I was sick of being it. At least I shared with you. You gave me the broken one. This one?
Yeah, the word placer tag was invented so we wouldn't run into any copyright troubles or anything. I don't know. We didn't know if there was a manufacturer of a laser tag that actually had that name. But we thought, placer, that's different.
No thanks. That thing is a placer tag magnet. Wherever I hid in the room, that beam would find me. I was
Yeah,
in
and
the
this
whole
always seemed like
time.
just a simple
Fine, but it's not my
sideline
fault it doesn't
item,
work.
the placer tag device, and you thought,
Sugar
well, that was
still
interesting.
won't cut
You didn't know it was going to come up with in the climax of the show, did you? Of course, if you haven't watched it yet, stop this and watch it without the commentary.
We just received
Besides, it's more fun to watch it without the commentary because I'm not talking and talking and talking and talking over all the gags.
Man the main blasters. Stand by tracking and target
Oh, if you listen to the commentary on More is More, you'll remember how we talked about we wanted to get to the comment line, or have Saul deliver the message in each episode, the lesson up front, but we didn't want to always start at the comment lounge because that would get a little monotonous. So again, it's like, how are we going to show Saul's lesson without going to the comment lounge? And that's when we came up with the idea, what if they got takeout?
Saul never gave me a fortune cookie.
And we introduced the proverb in a fortune cookie.
And he that waters shall be watered also himself. Interesting.
What does that
So we bring Saul in by
I
theme.
believe the conflict on
But not
Sherlock has
physically.
something to do with water. Maybe he's talking about that.
No, the fortune seems to be talking about sharing. You know, generosity.
Wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
More placer tag.
Kevin, put that thing
Just
away.
to cement
We
it
have
a
mission.
little bit
This
more
is no
in the
time for
viewer's
games.
mind.
I like it.
To planet, share alike.
Fun effects. Had to be added later after the animation was done. See, when the animator does that, he has a storyboard knowing that the effects will be there later, but he doesn't put them in. It's another artist,
I'm looking with
sometimes
my
several
eyes.
weeks later, who puts in the
It
effects
looks
over
pretty dry.
on top of the animation.
Soil compounds, arid surface climate, 80 degrees, zero humidity, and, oh, this is interesting. I'm detecting major underground reservoirs.
Major who?
I'm detecting water underground.
Yeah, we got the Zigil uses a lot of big, not Zigil, Figil. I get them mixed up. Figil uses a lot of big words, and of course we get feedback from the script consultants that say that the vocabulary's a little above what your target audience is.
Sure.
So can Figil say
Let's go
something
that way.
little, the kids can understand? I'm like, well, no, then it's not Figil anymore. So to have him repeat it, so when he says, "I'm detecting major underground reservoirs," and then of course Zigil doesn't understand anything anyway, so he can ask him, and then as it turns into a gag because Figil can repeat it. Now, when I got this shot back, I actually thought it was a mistake when it was out of focus. I forgot that he put we refocused it when he put his monocle in front of the lens. It got me. I saw it 2 or 3 times, and we get the shots in from the animation company in India. They made another mistake. Oh no, it's not. It's right. It's right. Okay.
That was a
Fooled me
classic
every time.
Whatever. What seems to be
I'm a
the
little
problem?
gullible that way.
That is our problem. Well, actually, one of several thousand little pests.
And as we have said before, water tends to be an expensive effect. So you only see it in 2 or 3 shots, setting up the fountain, but you hear it constantly, so you know it's always there. So he kept it alive in the viewer's mind just by audio.
I'm Jason, and this is my sister Michelle. We're with them.
Yeah, well,
I don't remember where the idea came from to have the battle between lawn ornaments, but it seemed fun.
A regulation permits the selection of an arbiter, providing there are no linguistic or dialectical
Now I'm
differences.
trying to remember. Oh yeah, early on the flamingos looked more like
Look like that.
plastic pink flamingos that you'd see, but with the solid neck. But when we did that in the cartoon, they looked like real flamingos. So we thought, okay, how can we separate them a little bit more from reality? And that's where the whole idea of the springy neck came in, just to make sure like they were not real live penguins. They were garden
Who you calling a hooligan,
decorations
boy,
come to
mate?
life.
Excuse me, but did you say attack?
You bet your beak. In fact, the signal's been given, and my boys should be on their way right about now.
I hope people get that gag with the sundial. It's like, how does it work? It's on his wrist. No matter how he turns, it's going to say a different time. I know, I shouldn't over-explain a gag. It's not funny anymore when you do that.
Hand over the water if you know what's good for you.
Now, this is a writing motif that also came into play in the series that the TV series that we didn't do as much in the original 6 direct-to-video shows. Moments like this where you end up on a little cliffhanger because we fade to black and go. Well, we would have faded to black and gone to commercial because in the original 6 episodes, of course, there were no commercials. But when you're writing for TV, you have to have those little tense moments to make sure everybody comes back after the commercial. Because if you leave on a calm moment and they change channels or watching commercials for 2 or 3 minutes, they might find something else to do. Keep everybody interested. Bring them back. Have a life or death situation.
Several years ago. Oh yes, things were very different back then. In those days, there was very little water. We barely survived from day to day. While over there, the gnomes lived in the lap of luxury.
I always like in TV how everyone's memory has clouds around the edge. So I don't know why that is.
They had a pond.
But it does let you know this isn't happening now. It happened a long time ago.
No. But one day, it all changed. A metal man saw our plight and he helped us.
It was
It was through his clever
It was,
genius that
I
everything
don't remember whose
turned
idea it was
around.
to have a recurring villain in many of these episodes, but Cavitus has been very good for us to bring him back, to have that constant threat. And again, I keep saying this, and there was that idea. I really liked it too. In some parts of me wish we had carried through with it, to have the kids stuck on the ship every week, and that ongoing drama trying to get home. But part of that original idea was having
Did you say
They were looking
Commodus?
for Cavitus because he had the
Baron
part to the Gleasel that they needed.
Oh, he's gonna get it now. It's
So
one big
their
red
their
time
mortal
out for you,
enemy was
boy.
also going to be the one person they needed
Cavitus was
for their
here?
rescue.
Gentlemen, you've been
So it
had.
was a
No
nice
time to waste.
moral
Take
tug
us
of
to
war
the
there.
hose.
And they would have gotten home by the last episode, don't worry.
Perfect.
But now they go home because again, it's the theme has been, it's kind of a daydream lesson.
And planet Sherlock will be mine. And it's not even my birthday. But Master,
Now, I'm not sure. I haven't watched closely enough, but maybe you can take notes and keep score. But it seems to me oftentimes his henchmen, number 1 and number 2, will switch voices. I think it's happened in more than one episode. I don't know about this one, but again, if you're keeping score at home, send a letter to somebody if you like, if you notice, and they'll send you a letter back saying, "Oh, how observant of you."
watch this.
I love this little bit coming up with Zigil.
We're in trouble.
His acting here, that
Think?
Yes, what have you
he's so
done?
confident when he's got nothing, that when he's exposed like this, he just falls apart. And Cavitus gets joy in just such little things, playing pranks on them. Oh, this little scene was added late, because it was long after the script was written. We realized, oh, Bert's not in the show anywhere.
Some kind of remote
And we,
signal. There must be a
not
pump
knowing when
somewhere
our
out
audience would start watching these shows, because this
there.
episode
Excuse me,
was,
spectrometer.
I think, third
Try something.
or fourth in the season.
Borrow it for a moment?
And you realize if a new audience member comes in, not knowing who Cavitus was, because we introduced him in the first episode, and who Bert is and their relationship, I think that would have been really, really,
What do you want it for anyway?
the audience would be taken back and not knowing what's going on. Very confusing. So we thought we need a Bert scene,
Override the signal
so it was
and turn
added
it
just a
back
little bit
on.
late. And this subplot here between Fidgel and Midgel was toned down a little, and cut for time. We had a subplot of sharing here where they were not, the science officer and the mechanic were not getting along. And it wasn't until they learned to share their technology that they were able to fix everything else. So it was a double play. But unfortunately, that had to get cut a little bit for time.
Right, let's see what's what. There we are.
And again, inventing things that we need just for an episode, we don't see that plug ever again.
Vigil, do you read?
And he never
Come in.
plugs his sensor into the dashboard there, or the console. Again.
That's not good. I mean, unless it actually was Christmas.
And I don't think he's supposed to be really using that as a microphone, but it kind of looks like he's talking into it. But it works okay.
Here on a peaceful mission?
And I'm sure the more observant of you have noticed that, yes, we just replicated several gnomes. We designed one and used the design over and over and over.
Vigil, come in.
Right, I'm here.
And this is one of the few times where we actually spend more than just a few minutes on a
And from the
planet
looks of it,
surface. They
I'm
were here
going to-
overnight, which was a new development.
I need some tools. Yes, thank you.
Just get that pump working.
Yeah, and somehow he's got a mask. Maybe that was in his toolbox.
Master, there is still no fighting. Where is the war? Patience, patience! They're getting ready for war. These things take time. The planet Sherlock is just within our grasp, with all of its vast resources. Add to that the end of the penguins. A
Yeah, so we
prize
have
well
this
worth
major
waiting for,
plot
wouldn't
going
you
on about
say?
learning to share, but subplot-wise, we have the theme of overusing people's resources and getting along and concern for one's environment.
Zigil, what are we gonna
I
do?
love the way in
Well,
several episodes we
we're
have
not
like this where
okay?
the characters are
Now, if I can just
trapped in some cage or cell or something where the bars are pretty far apart.
look natural. I've almost
I don't think Jason and Michelle are in any danger of actually not being able to get out, because
Get into
It's like the size of a
How are
door.
we supposed to fix this
And even there's no
problem?
lid on it
I'm
either. So even if they
selfish
couldn't
birds
quite,
share the water.
for some reason, didn't know they could squeeze through the bars, they could climb over.
Bad. Sharing's good.
Wait a minute. Why should they? The gnomes started it. They wouldn't share the water when they had it. Oh, that's great. The Cupcake Queen has spoken. And since Zigel shut off the water, nobody has it.
I didn't shut off the water! Why does everyone keep saying that? I was standing there just like you. I didn't do anything!
I thought you said we shouldn't panic.
I'm bored.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Zigel's a piece of work, isn't he? Not concerned about the
Kevin,
whole
is that
water
you?
and the
We've been trying to
safety of
reach
the
you
planet,
with the
just his
captain.
reputation,
I'm
whether he
trying to
broke the
open
pump or
control
not.
panel so I can boost the transverse override and operate the pump manually.
Again,
Hello?
Fitchel using big
Kevin?
words, and we make a joke out of it because Kevin doesn't understand it. And it doesn't matter what he says anyway. All you need to know is there's a problem and I can't get over it.
A bit
So the
tied up.
bigger words we can throw in
Vigil,
in that
I'm
one, it
here.
makes it more
You
funny.
found the pump. Any idea what shut it off?
I'll give you one guess.
Well, it wasn't me. I can tell you that. Was it?
The Duck Lord Cavitus.
Cavitus. Drat. I was going to say that. Okay, ask me another one.
Are Jason and Michelle there?
Yes.
I love the
Oh, come on,
misunderstanding of
that's
this,
too
in
easy.
this
I want a
interplay
hard
of
one.
dialogue.
Mitchell
David
is on
did a
his
great
way to
job with this
rescue you.
this
I'll join you
banter.
just as soon as I can. Vigil out.
Captain, I got
And
your
I wish we had more
positions.
opportunity
Prepare
to use that
transport.
hat with the spotlights on it. I love it when Vigil wears funny things like that. And More is More. Oh no, not More is More. The other episode we have on this. Yeah, the green-eyed monster. Thank you, Zach. That headset that he wears. It just anything Vigil wears. Vigil wears is funny.
Eureka!
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was a little
You
bit of
bestowed
trivia there when the henchman grabs
And now, thanks to you, I've got a
grabs
much
Vigil.
better
We were
plan. A way to
we
destroy
get
both
network
meddlesome
influence
civilizations all at
on
once
these
and
stories.
get
Now,
rid of you
when we show these,
as
we get
well.
and I say that in a good way. They look over and make sure we're not displaying behaviors that are bad influences on kids. So when the henchman grabbed him, they were just in reading the script, they make sure he doesn't grab him by the neck or by the collar.
Scanning.
It's got to be very
Affirmative. Water's
you know,
flowing.
safe. It can be firm,
Way to go,
but safe looking.
Vigil. Vigil?
His comlink is off. That's not like him, sir.
What's going on?
Vigil got the water back on. Isn't it great?
What about the war?
What more?
Over the water?
Oh, yeah. That's still a problem, isn't it?
Sir, I found Vigil, and it looks like the problem's gotten a lot bigger.
Great
Yeah, this would have been
start. That
another
horse is gonna
fade out
blow away
moment
my
for a
everything.
commercial.
What do we do? We've got to think of something.
I got nothing.
The timer sound effect in there was a late addition to help the gag. Our sound effects designer Adam Frick came up with that, and he's always good at making a funny gag funnier.
Idea. May I borrow this, Kevin?
You want me to share?
That's the answer, isn't it? Sharing.
You see, what you thought was just a little
I'm sorry
subplot at the
about
beginning
the
and wouldn't come into play
I was
again
wrong not to share.
is the answer
But
for
now
the
I need
whole
your help
thing.
If we're going to save Vigil. Okay, I'm in.
But you'll see that in a lot of our plots. We put what's called a plant at the we plant something at the beginning that comes into play at the end. And high action. I love the look of this planet. It's very beautiful. Even though it's just a desert, the colors of the sky, the way they complement with the sand. Very lovely for such a simple
You
design.
want? Haven't you done enough harm?
Just stand back. Vigil?
Vigil, is that you?
I love the way Midgel too is holding everyone at bay with a toy.
Well, if you take off the filter and boost the
It looks like a
maximum frequency,
cross between a
the
party
light
favor
will
and a
remain,
little
but the
vacuum
beam will
cleaner.
still be self-refracting. It won't fire straight.
That's fine. Just hold on. Ready, Michelle?
Again, I don't know if the designer of that toy actually considered that those buttons were supposed to do what they are doing, Or we just made that up as later on. And the laser got strong and popped holes and everything.
Yeah! Wow!
And I'm sure you've heard us say how expensive water can tend to be as an effect. So when this script was approved, it was approved so with a wary eye. I mean, okay, how are we going to pull this off? But our animators and effects artists did a wonderful job.
You're generous with what you have. Everybody benefits.
And now they've created a nice little oasis and everyone's friends again.
Well, don't just stand there
I love the relationship that's between Midgel and Fidgel. They like each other, but they like getting on each other's nerves too.
Ooh, look at the pretty green planet. Get you, penguin!
And as always, the bad guy has to be foiled.
Have a bite, Miss Pretty Pretty. Grandmama and I made them ourselves.
Oh, hello, Pumpkin. I hope you've had time to think about sharing.
Yeah, you remember at the beginning, Grandmom had sent Michelle to her room to think about things.
Generous soul
So obviously she was thinking about a whole adventure in space.
Shall be watered himself.
Oh, why, that's right. Very good, young lady. You have learned something.
But I don't know if she was sent up there in the morning
I learned when
or,
you're stingy.
well, after
it
she'd already
makes
gotten
for
her
a
bed clothes.
disaster.
Because on the
It's
ship she was
better
wearing
to
her
be
regular,
generous and
you
share
know,
what you have with
sandals and
others.
t-shirt.
See? I'm even sharing with Jason.
If I have to attend her party, I have to dress for it. Anything for a cupcake.
Yeah, you remember it was chocolate squid. Grandmom has such interesting.
Dear God, thank you
cooking
for the
skills.
cupcakes, but mostly for good friends and family to share them with.
And thanks for Grandma, who's an interesting baker, and for a sister who's generous.
Yeah, we try to end every episode with a prayer. Don't always do it just because we don't get monotonous, but the theme is always there. So, thank you everyone who appears in these credits. I would read all the names out loud, but I can't talk that fast. So I'm sure everyone's mom is reading them and saying, there he is, there she is, oh, they're so great. Thanks everyone for listening, and tell all your friends. Come back next time. See you on the next DVD. Good night.